Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the January 5th, 2010 meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority. I'd like to apologize to those who are in the studio audience. We had an extended course of discussions during closed session. In fact, we have put over a few other closed session items till after these meetings, but I understand we're almost an hour and a half late, so I apologize for that. May we have the roll call, please?
Authority members: Draymond.
Here.
Friedman.
Here.
Mincy.
Here.
Parazian.
Here.
Quintero. Here. Weaver.
Here.
Chairman Najarian.
Here. May we have your report?
The agenda for the January 5th, 2010 regular meeting of the Glendale Housing Authority was posted on Thursday, December 31, 2009 on the bulletin board outside City Hall.
Thank you. The next item?
Next item is the approval of minutes.
So moved.
I move.
Second?
I second.
Thank you. If there's no objections or corrections, the minutes will be approved as submitted.
Here.
Do we have an abstention on that?
Mr.
Oh, no, okay.
Quintero, this was December 1st. Okay, we'll move on. If you realize a abstention needed to be placed, we'll reopen that item a little further on in the meeting. And the next item, please.
Next item is oral communication. Discussion is limited time is not part of this agenda. Each speaker is allowed 5 minutes. Members of the Housing Authority may question or respond to a speaker, but there will be no debate or decision, and the matter may be referred to staff through the Executive Director for an investigation and report.
I have one card from Herbert Milano.
Good afternoon and Happy New Year, Mr. Najarian, members of the Housing Authority, and city staff. My name is Herbert Milano. I'd like to bring up the issue that I left off last year with a discussion in which the city manager had some comments. And that's the issue concerning the impact of electricity rates on the quality of life indicators that I'd love to see included. The electricity rates that the city of Glendale charges is causing a significant number of families a very significant hardship. According to your own reports of November 12, 2008, about 20,000 families are having significant difficulty paying for their electricity. Now, those electric charges, based upon the studies that I've made, on the current city reports, the CAFR that just came out, and on the reports from the Pasadena Water and Power, I went to their Water and Power office and obtained this fantastic document concerning their financials and their statistics. I went to the city of Burbank and did the study as well. Now I'll give you some information here. Let me give you some rate examples. In the year 2000, the residential rate for the city of Burbank was 8.9 cents per kilowatt hour. And the rates were 8.9, 9.0, 10.2, and basically for the last year, 10.8. What I pay the city of Glendale is 22 cents per kilowatt hour. And I'm assuming that all of my tenants are paying a very similar rate. Now, that's the document that appears on my bill. It's twice the rate that appears here. But if we were to take the averages, which basically Glendale comes from around 16, a little bit over 16 cents per kilowatt hour, we are at the very least charging 50% more in electricity rates than is the city of Burbank or Pasadena or the city of LA. Our costs are 50% higher, and I believe that those costs are basically showing up with a significant number of families who simply can no longer afford those rates. And that's a quality of life issue that I think is very significant and is pertinent for discussion in this body. But it's not only the schools. It means that the school district is also paying similar rates. They pay the commercial rate, which is in a way higher than the residential rate overall, as the overall yearly average. So that means that at the very least, the city schools are paying 50% more in electricity. And what does that mean? That means millions of dollars that the city schools could be saving in applying those monies towards education and towards the kids and for whatever other functions they may have. You know, these are relevant quality of life issues that are pertinent to this body. And if you don't discuss it, then who does? You know, if it's taking me a fairly long time to get down to these numbers, and I feel pretty confident that these numbers are accurate, and I'll give you all the documentation you need to corroborate it, is that these are issues that merit your discussion concerning quality of life. And if that information was new and I had to basically drag this information out and compile it, I'm assuming that most of you are really unaware of that, because it's not being given to you in a way that it is clear or comparative. The city of Pasadena and the City of Burbank, in their financial reports, provide a 10-year history, 10-year trends, which is what I've been asking the city to do in all of its relevant information that you provide the public. And I dare you to look at the CAFR for the City of Burbank and look at their measures, their statistics, and their comparison for the past 10 years. Clearly, it is a beautifully written document, about one-third the size of Glendale. It's not how big the document is, it's how it informs the public on the conditions that the city has had and the trends that it has. It is my hope that you'd really take a look at how these electrical rates are impacting it. Now, there's another caveat to this issue, which is that 2 years ago, the Los Angeles Unified School District filed a lawsuit against the Los Angeles Water and Power, and they won. They forced the Department of Water and Power to return $95 million of the excess charges above its cost back to the school district. I've yet to find out if they basically appealed it, and hopefully, they won an appeal, which means that you all have to abide by it. So now you have that, and you have the other transfer issue concerning the water and power transfers, which are basically declared against the Los Angeles Water and Power as well by the California Supreme Court. So you have basically we have all of the reasons why you should initiate a process by which you unburden the school district and you unburden many families with regard to these incredibly high rates. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I have no other cards, or communications is closed. Let's move on to the next item.
Any authority member or staff comments?
Mr. Starver.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you. To Mr. Milano, I'd like the numbers because I can't respond. I mean, I never know exactly what he's going to bring up at a meeting, so I can't respond. I just don't have the information with me, but would like GWP to respond to the assertions he made here this afternoon, that our rates are 50% greater in cost, 50% greater than our adjoining communities. I'd like GWP to respond to that. So if he would provide me with the numbers, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Any other comments, authority members or staff? Seeing none, we have no new business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
We are adjourned.
Which meetings would you like to go to next?
Let's, why don't we do redevelop?
Yeah, there's no business on this. So.
Yeah.
All right, so we're moving to redevelopment agency.
Redevelopment?